What's up, everybody? It's Greg-tastic here. And earlier this month, February 8th, I believe to be exact, I had published a video to the channel basically asking, is it possible to start a game collection in 2022? There's a lot of limiting factors these days between thrift stores, regular stores, and people selling online or on Craigslist in person, knowing what they have and how valuable it is, and trying to get top dollar for it, even if it's not in great condition or tested or etc. etc. You can watch that video and get into that. But as you can see by the title of this video, I've started my collection and I'm going to do a monthly video just showing you what I've got. I actually got a lot more than this. If we're going back to the previous video, I would have to say that the early returns about can you start a collection in 2022 are pretty good because I've actually gotten more than this, and some stuff I've either sold or traded either into Game Store or other people to get credit or stuff that you see in front of uh, me today. So, like I said, I have a lot more, and I still have some things in the other room. I don't want to bring them on camera because I'm not sure how long they're gonna stay in the collection, but I'll get into that later. So, we're gonna get started. I'm gonna show you what I got. First thing we're gonna start with is a copy of Street Fighter 2 for the Super Nintendo. This is actually one of the first games that I ever owned. The first game, when I got my Super Nintendo, I got Super Mario World with it, and that was my first game. But I think like when I went and got my next game at Funkoland, Street Fighter 2 was at least one of those games, or if I got multiple. And I actually got this at a video game store near me. You see, it's in pretty good condition. There's another copy, except for that blue, but maybe that'll come out. There's another copy of Street Fighter 2 that I have in the other room that I'm actually going to sell. And I had picked that up for a decent price because of the same nostalgia reasons that I picked up this one. And it was not in good condition. Like, it wasn't terrible. The label was okay, but it wasn't as nice as this one. See, the label is really nice. And it had some graying, and someone wrote their name on it on the back. So I had some store credit for this game store, and when I was there, I saw this copy, and I was like, it's $15. It was going to be bought with credit. I was like, let me buy this and then just sell the old copy because this one's a lot better, and this is a game that I'm actually nostalgic for and will keep indefinitely. So that's the only Nintendo game. I'm trying to group it by Nintendo. There's no, just a spoiler, there's no Sega. It's just Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft today, and I'm trying to group it by the three companies. Okay, sorry. So the next thing I got, this is not in order of how I got it, obviously, but I picked up a PS2. Oh, wait. Shit, guys. I'm going to pause the video. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, guys. I don't know how bad this cut's going to be, but I forgot something in the other room, so I want to go get it. Picked up PS2. It's in pretty good condition, not perfect, but for how old PS2s are and the conditions you see them in, it's not that bad. Came with a memory card. Also came with two controllers, which are in the other room. It came with like the controller that the system comes with, and then it came with like a gray one, which looks like eventually like it looks like a PlayStation 1 controller, but it has the dual, what do you call it? Dual shock, or I don't know if it has dual shock. That's vibration, right? It has the two sticks though, so functions basically the same as a PS2 controller, but I don't know if it has vibration or not, but I don't think it's a PS2 controller. I think it's those PS1 controllers they released at the end of the PlayStation life cycle. All right. So, picked up the PS2. I actually picked this up for $50 on Craigslist, And in addition to the memory card, which is 128 megabit, and the two controllers, I got 16 games. I'm not putting any of them on camera because I'm not sure what I want to keep and what I want to trade or get rid of. Because I'm just they came disc only. Like he gave me a book with like sleeves and they were all in there. They're all in really good condition and work, but them being disc only, like I don't, I put them in some jewel cases, but I might just try and see if I could get some value for them rather than trying to chase down cases. I don't really want disc only games in my collection unless it's temporary or um something like that, but these games are not that valuable that they're worth holding on to until I get the case. They're like $7 to $20 games. I think um the lowest games was like two Star Wars games, Clone Wars and Force Unleashed. They had Mortal Kombat, Armageddon and Deception. They had the Jack and Daxter series and the Sly Cooper series and SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, some Yu Yu Hakusho game I never heard of before, and Castlevania uh, Lament of Innocence, I think it's called. I'm actually thinking about keeping that one. Uh, but I'll probably, whatever I keep from that lot, I'll probably show in the March collection pickups video. Anyway, enough talking about that. To go with the PS2, oh, let me show this first. When I was at the game store where I got the Street Fighter 2, I also got a PS2 network adapter. Nice to have. It was $15, and again, this was store credit. I didn't purchase it with real money, but I want to add a hard drive to the PS2, so that's something that's going to be happening. I gotta go online and get a IDE to SATA converter. For those of you who don't know what that means, we'll just skip over it. And basically, there's like a little modification I need to make to get a hard drive in it, and then we'll have a more modern hard drive. I could put an old hard drive in it. I don't want to though. And then we'll have a PS2 where we could hopefully play the games off the hard drive instead of using the discs, so that we could prolong the life of our disc reader. And games that I have for the PlayStation that I'm going to be keeping and that I picked up. I picked up Final Fantasy X for the PS2, again at the same game store where I picked up the network adapter. Final Fantasy X is the first game, and well, I just want to show you that. It's pretty nice. Oh, wrong way. Pretty nice in there as well. Manual game. I'm not going to take the game out, but the game's in really good condition. Again, Final Fantasy X was one of the first games that I ever... No, literally the first game I owned for the PlayStation 2. When one Christmas I got a PlayStation 2, this fat model. I got a new TV and I got Final Fantasy X. And I remember, I had only ever played Final Fantasy 9 before on the PlayStation. So when I saw 10 come out, I just begged my parents for a PlayStation 2 and Final Fantasy X. Got it for Christmas. I remember we had to go to my cousin's house for Christmas that year, and I started playing the game. I got like 2 or 3 hours in, and I don't think I had a memory card at that point because they didn't know. They didn't think, oh, he needs a memory card too. So I left the system on, and like the whole day while we were at my cousin's house. Don't tell my dad because he'll get upset. He'll be wondering why his energy bill was so high that month. I think that's why. It could be that I had a memory card and I just hadn't reached a save point when we had to go, because I don't actually know if you could put a memory card in afterwards and save. Probably not. Okay, moving on. Another game. This is one of the first PlayStation games I owned. OG. Ooh, put it out on camera by accident. Spyro the Dragon. I love this game. I used to play this game all the time. Comes with the manual. Oh, I need to learn how to do this stuff. I'm not very professional. Comes with the manual, the disc, case in decent condition. There's a little crack on the front of the case. But again, that's one of my other favorite like games as a kid. I used to play. I had no idea, by the way, what I was doing in that game. I would just play it like it was like my version of Grand Theft Auto because you used to be able to run around the overworld and do whatever you wanted. And there were levels, but I forget how far I got in the game, but I did love playing it. So that's it for the PlayStation. We're going to move on to the PS3. And the first game that we got is The Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I actually um, got this because it's one of my favorite. It was one of my favorite Xbox 360 games. I might not have picked this up, but I was at a pawn store where I got a few other games, and I threw this one in. I thought it was more hard to find than it is because I had. Well, first of all, it comes with the map. The Oh my goodness, I'm terrible. The map, which is nice, and the manual in good condition, so I appreciate that. But I got this on launch day for the Xbox 360, and I got the collector's edition, which is at my house somewhere, probably. And I thought this was more hard to find for the PlayStation 3, so when I was at the pawn store picking up games, I just threw it in. I didn't realize that it was easy to find. I thought, for some reason, I remember someone saying it was hard to find, and I believed that because I think it came out later than the 360 version came out. But it turns out it's like actually there's like a anniversary edition or something, or a complete edition, which is what's hard to find, and not necessarily hard, but more valuable than that. But either way, I'm happy because I play through this game like once every certain amount of years. I don't know exactly, but I just go back and play it every once in a while. And I've played it on the 360, I've played it on the computer, so it'd be nice to play it on the PS3 once I get one. We don't have a PS3 yet. Next two games I will just show you together. I have never played either of these games. Wait, did I buy the right thing? Okay. It said PSP on the barcode, so I got confused. But anyway, I got the. Let me show you this one first. I got God of War Ascension for the PS3, and I got God of War Collection for the PS3. I'm not going to be able to say much about this as I've never played these games, but the Fat Man, Anthony, check out his channel, The Memory Card. Link it in the description. He likes to play through a lot of PlayStation games, and he wanted to play through these games, and I wanted to play through them eventually as well. He already has a PlayStation 3. I don't, but each one of them was $10.99, and I got them at that same store where I had some credit. So I picked them up for my collection, and he could bring his PS3 up and record playing them for his channel, and hopefully we'll both be happy. Okay, so that's it for the Sony stuff. Moving on to the Microsoft stuff. We have one game for the Xbox. I actually have a lot of Xbox games at home still. Nothing valuable, but I do have some Xbox games at my parents' house. I just need to get them one day. So this one I don't have, I don't believe, at the moment. So I picked it up because I played it a lot when I was younger as 007 Agent Under Fire. I think I got this game at Blockbuster when I was younger, and I picked it up for $2.99 or some price like that. It was like $3 or $4, and there was a discount. I forget, it was earlier in the month, so it was like $2 or $3. And I actually enjoyed this game quite a bit. And I also believe this game and Mech Assault I used to mod my Xbox. Like you could soft mod with this game if you had a action replay. And it's in decent condition. The box is a little messed up, but the manual's in good condition. Game's in good condition. So I'm happy to add that to the collection for a couple bucks. Okay, okay, you can't see. Moving on to the 360, we're going to start to round things up. I got Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. I just figured I'd pick it up because it was like $2.99 and like 50 or 75% off, and doesn't come with the manual. But the game and the case were in decent condition, and I just have a little nostalgia for this game because I played it in college a lot. This and Halo 3. So I decided I would pick it up, and maybe one day I'll go through the campaign again or something like that. This one I forgot to take the sticker off, so you're going to see the price. I did not pay this price for the game though. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 says $9.99. I think it was 75% off that day, so it was actually $2.50, making it like less than $3. Again, same reasoning as Call of Duty 4. Pick it up cheap and add it to the collection. And I used to play the Call of Duty campaigns. This one came with the excuse for a manual and the disc in good condition. I never played through this campaign, or maybe I played like the first. No, that was Modern Warfare 2, where I played the first couple of levels and then stopped. So I played through 2, 3, and 4 campaigns, and I always intended on going back and playing through the other ones. So I guess I'll be doing that on 360 eventually. 2 more games. This one, okay. So we got Mortal Kombat Complete Edition. I have not played this, or I haven't played it that much, but I am a Mortal Kombat fan, and it did come complete, and it did come in nice condition. I got this at the pawn store. Basically, most of the games that I got there aren't here on camera. I traded them in to get credit, but I bought 11 games. Something else I'm going to show you on the pickup video for $100. So like every one of these games was like one of the things that I got you that so we'll say like $80, because one thing that I got that I'll show you at the end was valued at 80. So I mean 20. So that makes the value of the 11 games 80. So these games were all like $7 or $8, depending on how you want to do your math. We'll say $8. It's really 7 and a lot of change. So we got that, which I look forward to playing at some point. And last but not least for the games is another nostalgic game for me, which is Army of Two. I played this on the Xbox 360 co-op with the Incendiary, for those of you who have ever seen us play online together. I really want to get him to, I don't know if the servers, this is a EA game. EA, so the servers are probably down for this game, but if we could find a way to play co-op and play it through it again and stream it, that would be really awesome. Probably won't be able to though, but we'll at least try. And the last thing, let me make sure. Yes, the last thing that I got, PS4 controller. I don't have a PS4. This is for, I do want to get a PS4 eventually, but this is for my PC. If I want to play any PC games that use like, PlayStation controller. When I play my I have 3 controllers here for my computer. I have an Xbox One controller, which is for Xbox One games, and Xbox type games that I'm used to playing on the Xbox. So like if I play a Call of Duty or any game that I played on the Xbox, I'm gonna use the Xbox One controller. If I'm gonna play a shooter on the PC that I want to play with a controller, I'm gonna use the Xbox One controller. PlayStation is for like RPGs or PlayStation games. Like it's really hard for me to say I wanted to play Spyro the Dragon on my PC. It's really hard for me to play it with the Xbox controller, so I'd rather use this, even though it's not technically a PlayStation or OG controller. Like it's close enough. And then I have this controller, which is the 8-bit though, SN30 Pro or whatever, which kind of like it has the sticks here, but you see it's kind of like Super Nintendo controller vibes. I would like to get one of the original like ones without these sticks for when I play older Nintendo games, but this is the go-to right now for platformers, beat 'em ups, and anything that's kind of like Nintendo or Sega old school. I also do want to get a Sega type controller. But yeah, like I have all these controllers I use on the PC, and I wanted to pick up either no, pretty much wanted to pick up a PS4 controller. It's the most compatible, I think, at this time because PS3 controllers are hard to get running sometimes, and the PS5 controllers I know nothing about, and they also are shaped a lot differently than your generic PlayStation controller. So, anyway, guys, I am really happy about what I picked up this month. I think it's a good start to the collection. Again, I could have theoretically kept some of the. I bought a lot of games this month, and I'm not going to tell you the games that I bought and got rid of and traded away or sold or whatever, because to me, there's no point in. If these are collection videos, there's no point in me telling you about that. But I did pick up a lot of games, and I am optimistic about the collection, but I want my games to be either nostalgic stuff, like stuff that I had owned and I, feel good about, or stuff that I want to play. So I think, let me think of something I picked up that I picked up Dead or Alive 2 for the Dreamcast, which I got for $10 and is like a more expensive game than that. But I never played Dead or Alive. The only Dead or Alive I did play was 3 on the Xbox, and it's not like I played that religiously. So I'm not a Dead or Alive fan. I could see myself getting a Dreamcast one day, but I'm not sure I would actually play Dead or Alive 2. So yeah, it's a cool game, nice game to have in your collection. Dreamcast games are harder to find, nice to have, but I want stuff in my collection. This is not trying to complete any I'm not trying to complete any game consoles or just have stuff sitting eventually on that shelf that I don't want to play or don't have any nostalgia for. I want the stuff to connect with me. So as I go through and get stuff, I'm gonna get good deals regardless of whether I'm gonna keep it or not because it is a good deal. But it might not make it to this video where it actually gets added to the collection. But I'll see you guys later, and hopefully next month we'll have even more to show, and we'll keep the train rolling. If you like the videos, please comment down below. Like the videos, please subscribe. I've been stuck in between like 180 and 220 subscribers for years, and it's actually on the lower side now. I think the highest I got was 216, and I'm at 182 right now. So if you like this video and you got up to this part, please subscribe, show some support, because I do want to get back to, I do want to get to 1,000 subscribers just so I can meet that bare minimum for ad revenue, because Google has $70 already of mine that I can't get because I was getting ad revenue before the 1,000 subscriber requirement, and I'm not trying to make this a living. Like, clearly that's not going to happen, but like also clearly I with my little following that I had, I was getting a little bit of revenue, and I spend a lot of money either on games, computer equipment, lights, cameras, microphones, whatever. It would be nice to get a little bit back to put in my wallet to supplement what I spend, but I'm talking too much. Guys, thanks for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.